Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome una once again on top your Ogbonge show, How Market. And the Broad Street Radio, now they bring this Ogbonge show, come Yadomot. As una know, the last time where I appear on top this screen, na the Baronia Kitchen Oga, na him I bring. And una hear all the confirmed things where in spill out from a mouth. Today, another episode of How Market. I don't carry another confirmed person come inside the studio. And una know me now. Una know me now. Better confirmed people. Business owners are the carry come. And then they bring them. Why may they come touchlight? How then they start from their small beginning till where then they now, where everybody they celebrate them. And we self they feel their swag. Make I not talk too much on top this introduction because, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the Purple Linen, they inside the studio with me, and her name na Elizabeth Adeshayo Ajayi.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here today.
All right, welcome, Elizabeth. We are glad to have you on
Thank
How
you.
Market Show,
Thank
and
you.
a lot of persons are watching right now to hear how Madam Elizabeth started from her small beginning and to this point where she has become the Purple Linen. And for those of you where they watch us, always we say "Ona do well." Those of you where they watch us from Obodo Ibo, Canada, America, UAE, and all the whole other countries where I not fit mention, I say thank you to Ona. And all of you where they like, where they share, and those of you where they send on a question on for comment section, we they see everything we Ona they do, and we they give Una thumbs up. And before I continue, I will not forget to mention the sponsor of this How Market Show. And the sponsor of this How Market Show is the Baronial Kitchen. The Baronial Kitchen day for number 27 Adeniran Ogunsanya Street for Surulere inside Lagos. Anything will be food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, even food for midnight, then go serve you. Not just a DM and then go attend to you. Now the Barona Kitchen, now them they sponsor this How Market Show. So back to the studio to our guest, Madam Elizabeth. Please, can you give us a quick peep into your biodata?
All right. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here right now. My name is Elizabeth Adeshayo, as you know, and I am the CEO of the Purple Linen clothing line, and we sew specifically for the female gender of all ages, from children to teenagers to adults to grandmas.
Okay.
So, and we sew for any occasion. We make outfits for any occasion. We make bespoke. We make bridals. We make office wears. We make casual wears. So that's what we focus on majorly. And it will interest you to know that I am a graduate of accounting from Olabisi Onabanjo University, and I am from Ondo State, Nigeria. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful introduction. But then, this question
right.
just came from your introduction.
Okay.
Accounting, a graduate,
Okay.
and now
In fashion
in
design.
fashion and design. Please, can you give us a correlation? How did you transform from being an accountant, a graduate, into a fashion person?
All right. I developed interest for fashion and design when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
And this was because I had a good home economics teacher. So she was very good with teaching us seams and stitches. And then she would ask us to practicalize it. We'd get a fabric called teru. So we'll cut it in bits and then attach the type of seam that was explained. We'll attach it under the note in our notebooks. And so I began to develop interest for it. Not everybody loved it, but I really did love it. I love the idea that I was seeing what I was being taught. So fast forward, we did aprons, we did table covers, we did underskirts, we did so many things under home economics, and all of these things were done with just my hand, my sewing needle, and my thread. So I was like, wow, I really loved it. Every time I picked up my needle to do it, it was fun for me. So, but when I got to SS1, my mom, all of what I said was between GSS1 to GSS3.
Wow.
So my mom was always having issues with tailors because after taking a measurement, I don't know, there's a way they believe that what they've taken about a measurement does not correlate with that. So they end up either giving her something too big or too small, and she'll be like, but you measured me.
Yeah.
So she was always having that problem. So when I got to SS1, she was like, look, I want to go and learn fashion and design. So I followed her that day. We both went to an auxiliary fashion designer down my street, and when we got there, obviously the woman just had her first child very recently then. So she was like, she was looking at my mom as somebody that would be too old for her to send on errands.
Ew.
So she was like, why not tell one of your children, if you have children who are old enough to be taught, why not tell them to come instead of you doing it? So mom was like, okay, and that's a good idea. So I just started printing and I'm, mommy, I can do it. I love fashion too. Let me do it. So we didn't come to a conclusion then. We went back home.
Yeah.
And we thought about it. I was like, Mom, I love fashion. I want to know how to even make use of the sewing machine. All along, I've been using just needle and thread, and everything has been good. I was always applying my seams and everything. So, and one part of it that I loved the most was hemming.
Okay.
The way my home economics teacher taught us to hem, I later started applying it to the necklines of my buba. Yes, I didn't need anybody to teach me that alongside, because I would just apply what I was taught and it came out beautiful and neat.
Wow.
So I was like, let me just do this thing. So my mommy took me back there and we started. So, but you know how these people can be when it is time to cut the main thing. They will send you to go and buy thread. Where I'll go and buy the thread, by the time I go and come back, I am exhausted. And sometimes they can even be wicked, because if the color you are asked to buy is close to this yellow color, for instance, oh my god, how much is thread that time? 10 naira. So you can walk a very long distance because of 10 naira thread and go and come back because you didn't get the exact. And so it was exhausting for me. And all of this time I was doing it in between going to school. It wasn't like I stopped going to school. When I come back from school in the afternoon, I resume work there, or during the weekends or during holiday periods, I'm always there. So after a year, I lost interest. I lost the zeal. I didn't even want to see anything called sewing machine. I just hated it. I dreaded it that much. Wow. If I passed through a tailor's shop that time, I was like, what are they doing? I'll just look and pass. So to cut the long story short, a year later, I started seeing new styles coming out for the females. Don't forget, my niche is the female folk. So I saw new styles coming out, and it was a bustier. I saw it on this woman and I loved it. I'm like, what? Who did this? As in, how was it done? How did this person, everything was smart. I love when you're feeling confident in what you're wearing, not just looking shabbily dressed. No. So I began to develop interest again. I began to see that, not just one person is wearing this kind of thing. Another person. So I'll start looking and start, thinking about it in my mind. How was this done? How how could they have sat down to cut this? And then it was then that internet started coming out little by little, but
Okay.
you know, there were little or no resource at all. So the highest you could get was maybe you'd see a pattern of it that was sketched online. So I would see it and I'll be like, maybe this is what this person did. But then I would ignore. And specifically, if I went for parties, then I was always looking out for people's new new styles, because I'm always cutting in my head.
Wow.
The tailor in me was cutting and finishing the dress on the spot. So that ignited the passion again. So before going to school, as at then, I think I had finished secondary school now. I was waiting to process my admission into the university. So I told my mom again, oh, I think I am interested in learning again. So she registered me with another person. And this person, getting to her place was 2 buses before I got there. And I was like, but because the zeal arose again.
Yeah.
And my mom was always pushing, don't worry, you can do it. You know, the moment I told her that the zeal was there again, she was happy, because Taylor still kept disappointing her.
She was fighting for herself.
You understand?
And at the same time,
pushing me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me start. So my teacher was good, but I never got to use a sewing machine in a shop. The only thing is that if I asked questions, she would give me a detailed answer. So, but you know what I know? I will ask questions about.
Yes.
So I would see what she was cutting. At least this one, sometimes she will cut in front of me. Sometimes she will still send me out the way my previous auxiliary trainer would do.
Okay.
So, but I was trying to be dogged. I was trying my possibles to learn. So on the long run, I got frustrated and tired. I told my mom,
Again?
yes. You know, when you are learning and your teacher is not interested in understanding to see whether what she's teaching you is actually being impacted, or you are just coming. So I just told my mom that I'm not even doing this thing again. Just leave me alone. Let me just be like this. And I have the passion, but all of them are frustrating me. I don't want anything like this. So I stopped again. Luckily for me, I got admission into the university. So, and I already had a sewing machine when I was learning with this second person, which made it easier for me to come and ask questions. Some of my mom's fabrics went for it, because sometimes I can use 1 month to sew 1 blouse, which we never even enter. She might never get to wear it.
Mommy, I apologize on her behalf.
She might never get to wear it, but I kept being persistent about it. Since the sewing machine was there, I was making use of it. So I went to school. I decided not to go with my sewing machine, because I knew that the passion I had for it has started to overshadow that of accounting. I really love to be an accountant. So I stopped, and because of that, there was a tailor behind my window in school, my window where I lived in school. That was a designer, but I didn't always want to go there, because I didn't want something that will distract me. I came here to read. Yes, I came here to read, and I believe that I should just read and go back to my father's house. So when I got to 300 level, I went to her. She sells soft drinks, she sells water and some many other things for students that stays around. So I went to her office, a shop, to get something. So she was cutting when I got there. She left what she was cutting to go get what I wanted to buy.
Okay.
And then I took my time to observe what she was cutting. And I was like, what is this? Jesus Christ, what is this? So when she got back, I now apologized. I told her that I saw what she was doing, and that if she didn't mind, I would like to put her through what is the best way she could go about it without stress, and it would save her time. And then she would still get a better result than what she was. It was a bustier she was trying to cut. And this was one field that I love most. So I took her through it, and she was like, wow, it came out nice, this and that. So I just left the scenario, because I don't like people crowding over me. I don't like it. So I left the scenario and went back to my room. Unknown to me, she has made up her mind that anytime she has a complex design to cut, she just come and meet me.
Okay. As a consultant.
she didn't know that I just had a little knowledge about it, and the one I was very sure of was what I dished out to her. So afterwards, she would observe when I come back from school, because I'm a very quiet person. You will barely, if I don't want you to know that I'm at home for a week, you won't know it. It's like that for me. So she she would observe when I flush the toilet. So she will so observe me, and then she'll come knocking at my door. Oh, Zizi Lizzy, Emma Binu Motideo, please just come and help me with this. I'm like, this woman did not know that. I don't know what. Okay, so in order not to discourage her, I'll just tell her, okay, drop this style. I just go back. Don't worry, I will tell you when I'm ready to explain. And she'll go. Immediately I shut my door, I'll be like, Holy Spirit, come and do what only you can do. I don't know what this woman has brought, but I need to give her answers. And so I'll close my eyes, and then the picture will start forming. Oh, okay, she can do this, she can do this, she can do this, she can do this. And before you know it, I'll open my door and go and call her again.
Consultant is ready.
I'm ready for you. So she will come, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is how you cut it. She say, okay, if we measure this place. She didn't know that she was teaching me how to apply measurements. So if you measure this place, I say, yes, exactly. So she didn't know that she was indirectly teaching me, and
what you were deficient in.
Yes, she was teaching me how to apply measurements, and I was teaching her as well. So we became a team, and then afterwards she wasn't afraid of getting styles from students. And you know, students, they always come up with something that will boost their confidence. They don't want to wear something shabby. So when they discover in a particular student area that, oh, you are good, they will focus on you and keep patronizing. So she almost started diverting me from why I came to
accounting
school. So I just used diplomacy and everything I could deploy. And God helped her. Before I left, she started to have apprentices, and then all of them were diverting her attention bits by bits from me, so that I could concentrate. And then after school, I knew that I needed some sort of standard way of coming about how to make outfits in a better way. I love structures. I love to be accurate as an accountant. I love accuracy. I love integrity. I love everything that just be accurate with what you're doing. So I was like, oh, how am I going to do this now? And if you want to attend a fashion school, then it costs a fortune. For me, as at then, I wasn't financially capable to do it. So luckily for me, my dad registered me on the Lagos State Employability Support Program under WAPA Apparels. So I did a 3 months training with them, where they taught us how to cut a shirt standardly, how to cut a skirt, how to cut a trouser, and many other things that I had difficulties with earlier on. So I now began to apply this knowledge to other aspects. Oh, I can decide to twist my skirt like this. I can decide not to do this like this. It was easy for me. I was able to comprehend faster during the training because I already have a background knowledge. So that was it. And I went for my service year. That was the knowledge I took for my service year. And I established, I got an office. I got a shop, a container. Yes. During service year. And it was easy for me because I was posted to the Ministry of Agriculture. So I could, as an accountant, I could, work there and still come back to work in my shop. I had apprentices who were corps members. Yes, I had about 6 of them. Then
6 corps members
training under me.
Training under a corps member. Beautiful.
So although it was a talking price,
it's okay. Continue.
But I enjoyed it because the more I taught them, the more I understood. Yes, what I was doing. The more I got connected. Some of them, in fact, most of them, I made their wedding dresses till date. So it boosts my confidence to be able to talk. But I served in Osogbo, Osun State.
Yeah.
And you know, life there is quite different from life in Lagos
Yeah.
as a fashion designer. So I told myself after service that, oh, if I can attract this much crowd in this local area, if I go back to Lagos, I can do better. I
Alright.
can earn more. People can pay me the worth of what I actually
You're offering.
am worth. Yes, because as at then I had already started getting links to the office of the Olori, and you know the reference Olori is there
Yeah.
more than here. So I was like, oh, if the office of the palace is seeking my, services, what if I'm in Lagos? So
Wow.
I moved back to Lagos after my service here, and I opened my office in Lagos. So that was how I started out.
Wow. In fact, this story is very beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm seeing some highlights from it, how
Yeah.
your secondary education
Yes.
formed a part of
Yes, it influenced my
your
decision.
decision, and then also the importance, the role your parents play.
Yes.
Your mom started the
Yes,
journey,
yes,
and
my
then
dad
daddy
supported on the way.
supported along the line. So all of these structures actually helped to
Yes,
boost your
yes,
confidence
yes.
in this. Wow,
Yes.
a very good
Thank
beginning.
you.
I must
Thank
commend
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, now a very quick one, and this one, this is informal. Now they say that
Okay.
tailors and lies are
Okay.
5 and 6.
All right.
What do you have to say about this statement?
All right. Well, for some, it is true. But for me, I've been able to manage that situation.
Okay, tell us
because, yeah, I am someone who pays attention to my conscience a lot. And as an accountant, your integrity is at stake. You don't do things that makes your integrity be at stake. So what I do, if I can't meet up with your order, I'll tell you before you drop your fabric with me that if you tell me, for instance, that you are taking your job on Saturday and you are bringing it to me on Monday, if I check my schedule and I see that I can't meet up, I won't take it from you. No matter the millions you are willing to offer, I won't take it from you. Not because I don't want to make money and not because I don't want to make outfit for you, but because I know that I will not be able to keep to my word and I will not want you to hold me against it. I know that for you to come to patronize me, you trust that I can give you what you want at that specific time. So if I can't meet up with it, I'd rather tell you, I'm sorry, I can't take it now. If you have another outfit you want to make some other time, I will or I might be available to do it. But as at then, no, I won't take it.
Wow. So this is a let me use the word tailor. This is a tailor with difference. With this tailor, there is no lies.
No.
5 and 6.
I'd rather tell you I can't do it.
Wow. Okay. You also mentioned millions.
Yeah.
Even if you are bringing millions.
Yes, my integrity is at stake.
Your integrity is at stake. Now,
You can't buy that.
Okay. Now let me reroute that the question from this million.
Yeah.
If as just this show is going on, a celebrity is watching and is saying, wow, this
Alright.
lady is excellent in her delivery
Yes.
and her background is so beautiful.
Yes.
I would like to give her a job to do.
Okay.
And then the celebrity reaches out to you in your DM and says, hi, Lizzie, I am this.
Yes.
I want to offer you an opportunity to make a dress for me.
Okay.
And she says, either I give you cash or I post you on my social media platforms. Which one will you go for?
I'll go for my cash.
Okay, I mean, a celebrity, this person
Yes.
is very popular.
Yes.
And she says, cash or I post you on my social media.
I'll go for my cash. The reason is because you saw something as a celebrity to see me why, or I mean, you see me that I can give you what you need for me to offer. And there's no way I would make your outfit and people will not ask you who made it for you. If you like, you can refer. If you like, you choose not to refer, no problem. But I would have my money. with me, because making an outfit for a celebrity cost a fortune. You want to put your best. You want people to see, oh, she's going out there, or she is going out there now in my context.
Yeah.
And you want people to see that, oh, this person is putting on something great. This person is, whether you like it or not, people who knows quality, people who knows what they want as an outfit, have tendencies of asking you, even without you requiring me. I mean, requesting that you promote on my behalf.
Yeah.
They want to know who did this. If you are lenient enough, you can show them. If you are not, but I believe that if I can provide that solution to you, and you see me as someone who can provide that solution at that point in time, someone bigger is coming.
So you will collect your cash.
My money is important to keep my business running.
Okay. All right. I swallow that pill. Because, okay, let me not go too much into that. Now, when you were introducing yourself, you said you are the CEO of the Purple Linen.
Yes.
Clothing. And when I got to know that name, I was thinking, oh, she would love everything
Purple.
about how
It will be purple.
From purple hair to purple brows and
no,
lashes
no,
and lipsticks. But then even your gown
It's not purple.
is not purple. So how come the Purple Linen?
All right. When I started out, I wasn't the Purple Linen.
Okay.
I was at first Lizzie's signature. Yes. That was what I was using, just to create an awareness that, oh, I can make your clothes and you not be disappointed.
Okay.
So when it got to the time I wanted to register my business with the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, I was in a bus going to Ikeja that day, and I was like, I want a name for my business, and I want a name that can be generational. I don't want a name that would only speak about me. I want a name that will be for the brand just itself, not just me. I don't want that. So, and I began to meditate again in the bus. I was like, okay, what? I don't know, but let's just start from picking the color of the brand. I said, what colors do I love most? I said, I love royal colors, and I love wine, I love purple, I love white, and I love gold. So I was like, okay, so what am I going to pick from this now? What's the color of my brand? I couldn't come to a conclusion. So I was like, okay, let's go to the Bible then. Who was a designer in the Bible that we can hold? I got the story of Lydia, and I saw that she was into fabrics as well, and she was a seller of purple wares, purple linings also. So that was where I took my Purple Linen from. So purple you reached to drink water.
You rich.
So that was where I took my Purple Linen from, not lining now, linen. So and I was like, oh, let me just call it Lizzie's Purple Linen. And I remembered myself that, oh, you are not doing this, no, you are doing something that is generational, that even your children can, step into, or somebody who's not even your children can just read the vision and continue with it. So I was like, okay, let us say the Purple Linen then. The Purple Linen. So it was when I went to CAC to register, the DEE came about, not me. I wanted to write DE.
Yeah.
The Purple Linen. So, but it wasn't available. So I had to write DEE, purple and linen. That was how I got about the name, the Purple Linen.
You know why I drank water?
Yeah.
Because the previous guest,
Yes.
Joseph Edem of the Baronia Kitchen, he was praying.
My God.
And he got his name, Baronia.
My God.
He said he didn't even know the meaning of the word. He just got it in the place of prayer. And now here is another guest.
Getting it in the word.
Getting it in. If you know what I am trying to bring out, you should have understood what I'm trying to say here.
Wow.
Wow. So, meditation. We have mentioned meditation twice.
Yeah.
He who has an ear, Let him hear what Lizzie is saying in this show. So let's move on to other issues around the fashion and design
Yeah.
industry.
All right.
I have discovered that there are two major skill sets in this our country that the highest population are females,
Okay.
and that's hairdressing and fashion and design.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to see what is it with fashion
And
and design and hairdressing with so around fashion, because you are into fashion and design. So what
Yes.
is it with females and fashion and design?
Okay. One thing I can say about that is that first, if you're people love to look good.
Okay.
And then I used to say that if you want to do business, face the three necessities of life, which
Okay.
is food, clothing, or shelter.
Yeah.
And clothing is part of the necessity of life. You barely see someone walking naked on the street except the person is mad.
Yeah.
So people are attracted to this because it is a creative industry.
Okay.
And creativity does not have to do with one person. You know, what is being created in your mind is very different from what is created in my own meditative mind.
Yeah.
Yes. And so what we just see is the outcome physically. But everybody is interested in what makes them look good.
Okay.
Everybody is interested in what makes them confident and happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you discover that most of the celebrities now, if they can't sew, they have fashion lines. They have people who do the sewing and then they market it.
Okay.
They have, or if they're not doing that, they have boutiques because they know what it means. And the fashion line is one of the industries that is very lucrative in terms of money. So, and where there's money, you find women.
Where there is money.
You find women. Yes, very important.
Where there is money.
You find
You
women.
find women. I think this is a
Very
a
important.
very strong catchy that I will push now. Where there is money, you find women. So
Yeah.
now in your story, you mentioned issues around auxiliary
Yeah. Designers.
designers and how they train their apprentices.
Okay.
I've seen a whole lot of things
Yeah.
with, especially for fashion people.
Right.
Sometimes you will see an apprentice under the sun.
Hmm.
They say, kneel down, raise your hand and close your eyes. And you're asking, what did she do? He came late, or she spoiled material, or she did one thing. And then I've also heard complaints from some apprentices that, I'm not going to that shop again. It's work I came to learn. My madam will tell me, go and wash my clothes in the house. Go and bring my
I did
children
that.
from... You did that too.
2 Ghana must go, and by the time we were done, my hand was as if I put my hand in pepper.
Okay, so now it's like I've seen this thing in generations. What do you think is behind it, and how can we correct it? Because I've seen some of these kind of apprentices after they graduate, they know little about what
nothing.
they went to learn, because all their apprenticeship time was used for either washing madam's clothes or or cooking.
Going on errands.
Yes.
All right. The truth is, everything falls because I'm an accountant, and I would approach it from that point of view.
Okay.
The truth is, when you have settings like that, there is no form of management. Like, what I mean by management in that regard is there is no structure in
Okay,
place.
yeah.
Yes. Which is why I'd prefer that if there is money, if you want to learn fashion, just go to a fashion school.
Okay.
And by the time you are done in a fashion school, if you want to go for further brush-ups, it's better that you apply under a big fashion house, or the ones that we have fashion houses that are just coming up that can still employ people and pay them well.
Okay.
The reason I said that is because for auxiliary fashion designers, this is not to talk anyone down, but the truth is, they themselves need to learn.
Okay.
They need to learn in the sense that some of them, their lack of formal education, some of them, because we still have some of them that are still,
Yeah.
on point. Some of them, their lack of formal education affects them in a way that they feel entitled. Yes, they feel so entitled. Like, you hear them saying this was how I was trained, and so this is how you should be trained too. Of course, they can't give more, they can't give what they don't have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you are saying that your boss treated you in an awful way, the world cannot be better that way if you don't put a stop
Okay.
to it. Yes. So if you have seen that your boss treated you in a bad way, yours is not to continue the trend. Yours is to find a way. Okay, if my boss had done this, probably I would have learned this.
Yeah.
Probably I would have done this and the likes of it. So what I'm coming to on that is that auxiliary designers, some of them, and that is what is taking them back now,
Okay.
where they only get to sew for the less privileged and they don't earn much again. So everything is just as if anything they see to use, every resource they find to use is what they are just laying their hands hold upon. And that is why you have it that when any of the apprentice wants to do freedom, they write a list like a marriage list for them. Yes, because they feel like, oh, this is
I've given this person so much information, it's just going like that.
yeah. Whereas you have not done anything. You have not done anything, and the fault sometimes is bias, is on both sides.
Okay.
Some of them over time with experiences have discovered that, okay, even if they try to push this information, this knowledge into their apprentice, some of them after 3 months just knowing how to sew on the sewing machine, they just leave and say, I think I'm okay, I can open my office now.
Okay.
Whereas you don't even know that that's where you are supposed to start from.
Yeah.
Learning to use the sewing machine is not.
Okay, so it's two ways now.
Yes, it can either be from the apprentice, and it can either be from the trainer too.
Okay.
So, but it is more on the trainer because when there's a structure in place, look, you are here to learn, and learning shall it be. You are here to learn. This is what you are doing. This is what you are doing. This is the time you are supposed to resume. This is the time this person is supposed to get her outfit. This is the time you are supposed to do this, and everything is in place. Nobody will lag behind. Nobody, not even your trainee, not your business, not your whatever, will lag behind. But because they always have this sense of entitlement, oh, she has to go to my house to wash plates, she has to do this, go and buy materials. I don't know, what one thing that fools me in their mind is that, about their mindset, is that, do they not think that people are seeing them like, oh, you have this apprentice, what has this, after such an amount, that's why you see 3 years people, you see people learning under some persons for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and the person doesn't have anything. It's not because the apprentice really does not know anything, but it is what you are dishing out. Are you giving the right information? I had a situation where my previous trainee, when I was with her, she would send me on errand, normal. Go. By the time I'm back, she has finished cutting, and I'm like, please ma, how did you do this? Can't you see what I've done? I can see what you have done, but can you explain
how
what
you got here?
You understand? And me, I used to be a very curious person, because, and the reason I was curious is maybe because I was going through formal education. I want to apply my education to everything I was learning. So there was one word I even joked with for years, and I just forgot it. It was the word, Elizabeth, so non shashoyem. It took me time. What is nonch? I'll check Google. I'll not find it. I'll carry my dictionary. I'll be like, what was nonching? Nonching. She herself didn't know what nonching is, but she does know that you carry scissors and just, clip the edge of a fabric just to show a point. And I'm like, what's nonching? The day I saw it in my home economics textbook that she meant to say nulching.
Oh.
Can you see? So this is just a minute thing from my experience, but the day I got it, you would think I got a medal because I was like, wow, so this woman has been trying to say nulch and she's been doing nunching, and so that's just it. It's on both sides, it's on both sides.
Okay, so don't nudge me. All right, so nudging. Me say if I don't learn one word today, nudging. I want to use nudging. Okay, so coming from the nudging side, now there is this. We have talked about the apprentice and the trainer.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about an issue that, in fact, this one is a recent. I just remembered it because yesterday there's a woman, a friend of mine. She's a very good fashion designer, but then she always complains about familiar customers. If Semo, and I will always tell her, don't sew for them again. But the next time she will come, Semo, you see again now. They come say, make them beg me. I sew for them. My money, they cut out. How much I take sew? How much I take buy material? She will complain. I'm like, there has to be something that you can do to actually put
stop
to it. Because I will tell her that today, don't sew for them again.
Before you know
it, she will say, "Semo, no vex." But so how do you, or how should fashion designers handle familiarity from F&F, family and friends, from your perspective?
Okay. The first thing you need to do is to have your self-esteem.
Okay.
I said that because, and I'm going to use friends because somehow you still need to give your immediate family a form of preference.
Okay.
Yes. So for the aspect of friends, you need to understand yourself first. You need to love yourself. You need your self-esteem, because by the time you do not agree to what they want you to do, they become your enemies. They feel like you are proud. They feel like, oh, you'll be surprised the amount they cannot pay you. They will pay double outside.
Yeah.
That's the blunt truth. So that's the first thing you need to do. And then set your goals right. For me, in my house, they know. If even my mother, I will tell you, if my mother can pay for the materials she's needing, I'm not collecting workmanship from her, but you are paying for the materials you've been needing to sew your outfit. And I did that because I know that my mama will not sew one cloth, she will not sew two. She won't sew three, she will not sew four.
She comes with,
you understand? And at the end of the day, I'm supposed to take care of my mother. It's my duty to take care of my parents and my families too. So, but by the time I'm using the one I'm supposed to use to take care of you, to buy the material that you use to sew the clothes that will impress you, you see that everything is not balanced. So so what I do, I'll tell you, if my mother can pay for the materials she's using for her outfits, I see no reason why you as my friend, and I don't have such friends, why you as my friend will not be able to pay for the services I'm rendering, despite the fact that you know that I will never charge you as much as I would charge an outsider. So you should at least appreciate my generosity in that line. So, but in a situation whereby you now have people that will say, oh, so now people will give you your money. No problem. I will collect the fabric from you, especially when I know that we are in a place where you can be embarrassed. I'll take it from you politely. When it's time for me to go to the market, I will politely call you again. please ma, or please sir, as the case may be, I'm going to the market. I want to get some stuffs now, and I would love to start your outfits too, so that I'll be able to meet up with the deadline that you requested that it should be given.
Yeah.
So I'll need you to pay. So I'm the one that will give you the amount that you pay.
Okay.
Because I will tell you that if you pay below this amount, my brother, my sister, your clothes cannot be ready. Yeah, it's not being wicked, but
Yeah.
it is me being trying to be considerate with myself as well. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself, not
yourself.
more than yourself.
Okay.
I can't go to the market and be crying now because I want to. If it is not something constant, and I know that you are currently out of cash, fine,
Okay.
I can assist you. But in a situation whereby I know that I've tried for you, even your conscience know that I'm trying for you. I would make sure that you pay. You pay for what I'm. Even if you don't now pay me my balance, which you should not do, I will know that I've collected the money that I used for your production costs
Okay.
from you, and that settles it.
Okay. So another person is asking,
Okay.
after, if this approach,
Okay.
they appreciate this approach, but then, some persons believe that there is a particular amount upfront
Yes,
to be
to pay.
paid. So, how many percent upfront do you think that any person should charge before they
Okay.
move?
I feel like at least you should be able to charge your 70% upfront. You should be able to take that from whoever is paying you. The reason is because if you have staffs that you employed, you're going to pay them. If you operate on petrol or diesel in Nigeria, you know what it's saying. If you if you are going to the market to buy the materials needed, you have to spend money for these things that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
And you have all that production costs that I've not even mentioned, your light, your generator. Maybe your generator develops a fault, your machine as you are sewing can develop a fault.
Yeah.
Where do you want to take the money from? You take it from somewhere now. So if you are supposed to take at least 70% upfront from the initial amount charged. That way, even you can still have at least maybe a little to yourself. It won't be as though you don't have a little to yourself. At the same time, whatever you want to do about the person's clothes, the money has covered it. So your balance will just be maybe your interest or your profit on what you have charged.
Wow, this is a very fantastic response to this, and I like the way you have approached it
Yeah.
from two different perspectives. Okay, that's a very good one.
Thank you.
Now, should I ask this? Okay, so a fashion designer who wants to begin is asking this question.
Okay.
How do you navigate from start to finish of a garment? What's the process like? Okay, if it is graphics design, they say
Okay.
from concepts, maybe from where they wrote it, we want a flyer like this, and then you put it to layout, you draw on paper, and then
Okay.
you translate it into the design software. So how
Okay.
does it work in the fashion industry?
Well, this depends on the kind of garment you are making,
Okay,
for who you are making it for,
okay,
what you are making the garment for.
all right,
Yeah, let me just leave it there.
okay,
If, for instance, you're making a shirt and a trouser, or a shirt and a pant, what you need to do first is to understand the style you are coming up with.
okay,
After understanding it, it leads you to the kind of fabric you are going to use.
yeah,
So afterwards, you get your fabric. If you are a person that deals with pattern, which is very good, you cut your pattern out and then you sew. After sewing, you iron. After ironing, you do your finishings. After the finishes, you take it for quality control to check if the buttons are well placed and the likes of it. And then
you deliver.
you package and deliver.
Wow. I'm sure the person who asked this question have
Yeah.
gotten the right answers.
All right.
So, for those of una wey don dey watch us all the while, I want to say una do well, and those of una wey dey like, wey dey share, and those of una wey dey drop una questions, thumbs up to you. And I wan make una remember again, say na the Baronial Kitchen, na dem dey sponsor this How Market show. If you wan know who the Baronial Kitchen be, carry yourself go number 27 Adeniran Ogunsoya Street for Surulere inside Lagos. Na there dem dey, and dem dey do all kinds of dishes. I'm not going to mention all of them here, but if you carry yourself, go there, you will see their menu, and then will serve you better. All right, now back to the studio. I still there with Madam Lizzie,
Yes,
the
sir.
CEO of
The
The
Purple
Purple Linen. That did not be only the Purple Linen. Madam Elizabeth,
Yeah.
we know as everything take be for various skills and
Yes.
this thing. So I want to ask you now, wetin be the challenges wey fashion designers dey face, and how you go fit advise other fashion designers wey dey watch
Okay.
how to manage it based on how you don take manage your own.
Yeah. First, though, the major challenge we are facing as designers right now
Yeah.
is the issue of lightning. I'm talking about both PHCN
Yeah.
and petrol, or if you are someone that uses diesel. It is crazy because the amount, for somebody who spends maybe 200 naira, 250 buying 1 liter of petrol before, and then it now transcends to 650, 700, how much are you collecting from a customer? How much will you use to buy petrol? How much will remain? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but another challenge that we have at the moment is the increase in the cost of materials as well. Just the same way petrol doubled in price is the same way other
Materials, too.
and you can tell from even people selling pepper that they are not supposed to be concerned with this matter. They'll tell you dollars are rising, everything is are rising. So but one way that we are scaling through it is that you do not take what will not work for you. How do
Okay.
I mean? For me, if I've calculated my costs on making a particular outfit,
Yeah.
and I discover that the amount that will be remaining will be nothing to write home about, I won't take that job. That's part of how I decline jobs too.
Okay.
I won't take it, not because I don't wish to help the person, but because I know that on the long run, aside from all of these costs, tailors also need health insurance. I forgot to mention.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because just the same way your machine is working, your body is at work, your mind, your physical hand, your legs are at work. So you need your health too. Yes, as much as you want to eat good food, you want to enjoy life, make sure that your health is in check.
Okay.
So if after I have taken all these things into consideration and my health cannot get a benefit from this work I want to take, which is because I have sound health,
Yeah.
I can think of cutting your outfit.
Yes.
Oh no, I won't take it. So that's part of the measures that I use to tackle this. Another way is to help customers realize that you don't have to make that big budget of a dress. You can make something within your budget.
Okay.
Yes, and you can still look beautiful, elegant, and poised as much as you want to look. But the moment the person start telling you, this is what being greedy, this is what I want, insisting that this is what I want, this is what it must be, no problem. You too must be able to give me the amount it will cost to make what must be to be. So that's the balance just has to be there. Otherwise, you run at a loss.
Okay, so see, these are the challenges. You've talked about electricity.
Yes, I've talked about the price factor of
Yeah.
materials in the market. And sorry, I also forgot to say this. The cost of employing staffs to work with you is also there. Don't forget that as much as you are complaining that price is increasing, this and that, it's also affecting them outside your company. And don't forget that when you have a positive approach to working with your employees, you tend to get more out of them than the negative approach.
Yeah.
What do I mean by the positive approach? The positive approach to them is that there's an aspect of it, you don't become too familiar, but at the same time you have their feelings at heart.
Empathy.
Yes, empathy. You have them at heart so that they won't feel like, oh, they are just here to work and it's just the work you are using them for. If you do not have that, it will affect the output you are getting. Even if they are giving you so much output, the quality control will not be the topmost. You cannot compare somebody that you said, eat this lunch, and the person ate and ate well. And then you now say, please do this work for me. And somebody that you say, what are you doing there? Are you not supposed to? Do you understand what I'm saying? The difference is clear. The person will sew the cloth angrily, and then your outcome is there to show for the both of you. You see your result before your very faces. So, but although the person will still reference you that you still have his or her salary to pay, let me not do rubbish though. But the state of mind is very important too.
Okay, you have highlighted a point, and I want to stand on that point. You talked about health.
Yes.
There is this thing that they are saying that tailors eat too much. They say tailors eat too much. Is it true that tailors eat too much? Because you have mentioned that mind, hand, leg,
your body
is working. So
if you eat too much, to a large extent, to some extent, I can say it's good. If you find yourself eating well, not too much now, let me not use too much. If you are eating a good balanced meal, it is very good. The reason is because your body you are working. Your body is in motion almost all of the time. So, and it needs food to recuperate. You also need supplementary drugs. Okay. Yes, you need it to recuperate the energy that has been lost from your body.
So that means the fact that tailors eat too much is right?
No. Like I said.
Yeah, but you people are working and
there's
energy.
A difference between eating too much and eating well. Are you eating well or you are just eating too much?
Because the reason why I'm saying this is I have a tailor friend in Yaba. Anytime I go there,
my God,
something must be here
on the table. Yeah.
So if you do something in your mouth, and then one thing is go. Okay, you are eating too much. So it means that what they are saying
it is beneficial
to
the body.
Tailors and food.
Please let them eat, because if they don't eat, you see them looking haggard. Not because of the money they are not being paid. Sometimes it's just you are collecting money, but you are not feeding the body that is making the money coming.
So you're advising other tailors that eat.
Please eat well. I'm not saying eat. When it's time for you to fast, don't forget fasting is healthy too. Okay. I'm not even talking about the spiritual aspects now. When it's time for you to fast so that your body can,
detoxify.
Yes, detoxify. Take water often. Your body can detoxify and recuperate. You love yourself when you look good. When you are physically attractive, even when you try to project your product, it is good, it is better, it is projected better than when you look haggard, when you are not looking fresh, you are not looking robust. It is very, very different. So when you look good and even your skin is shining, that one alone, you are marketing your clothes and everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Now talking about marketing. Yeah. I have observed that most tailors.
Yes.
They don't dress like what they do.
It's not our fault. Now.
It's
we are,
like, oh yeah.
we are spending all the time to make sure that everybody is looking beautiful.
So how will you not look beautiful? Why is it that tailors don't wear clothes that are matching what they are doing?
It is true, and maybe when they now want to wear it is quarter to, they'll quickly sew it like what I'm wearing now. I made it last night. So it's not our fault. I'm speaking on behalf of the Tailors Association of Nigeria.
So you mean because you are making other people look good, you now
We
just
almost forget ourselves, but when we decide to treat ourselves good, am I speaking your mind? Yeah, we do it well.
wow. Okay, so I have now seen the reason behind. So I will take.
We
my-
barely have time, honestly. And I was talking to someone yesterday. I said sometimes to just respond to WhatsApp messages, it's not my fault. And I've tried my possibles. I've even begged God to help me to see to it that I respond quickly to people on WhatsApp. But I just discovered that sometimes when I have overworked myself, I get so tired, and the only thing I want to do is to sleep. So I'm using my experience. I don't know if that is how it is for others, but from my end, when you have engaged your mind, you have engaged your body, you are tired, you just want to rest. And so just carrying, in fact, sometimes watching movies is a big deal for me. Yes, because I'm like, it might be where I'm watching, I'm gone.
Now,
So
this matter
Yeah.
that you are bringing up, the more you are answering the question, the more you are bringing up other issues in my head. We were trying to discuss why tailors don't wear what the way they. Now you have brought up another issue.
it's okay.
Okay, so now with all of these challenges, because it's
Yes,
a challenge.
yeah.
With all of these challenges, how do you now balance as a fashion designer? Because
Yeah.
you're always looking out for others to look good. How
Yes.
do you now strike a balance
Yes.
between work and you,
My personal
as a
life.
person?
Good. This has to do with setting goals.
Okay.
When you set your goals, you set your schedules, you know when to stop taking. For me, it's been a while now. I've stopped taking orders for December that will come and be too clumsy for me, because I know that time of the year is very crazy. Everybody in the world wants to wear something new.
Yeah.
And I know that by the time I want to sew for everybody in the world, God forbid bad thing, maybe me, I'll be wearing my own in the hospital. I might not even get to sew for myself. So, I just saw it that, this thing sometimes is unrealistic. I can't manage that stress. Understand yourself. I can't manage that stress. I can't just do it. So what I do from October, I start announcing to my own customers, the people that I know that they patronize me, because when it is close to December, you start seeing new people that want to patronize.
Yeah.
I don't attend to such people attend. I believe that you just want me to come true for you, because your tailor is not there to come true for you. So I won't take it from you.
Wow.
I only attend to my customers, and once I'm done with them, I go to rest. Because if you do not rest, if you don't find time for yourself, there's no way you would grow, even in other aspects of life.
Yeah.
And as humans, we are supposed to grow. You should not just be restricted to, I'm a designer. You can do other things.
Okay.
Yes, and thank God for bigger brands now, like Vicky James, like other Vicky James, Tubo, and the likes of them, that are setting the pace now to let us see that, okay, you can have this fashion thing and still do other things. So that's part of my goal as a person. So if you have that set aside, when, okay, this time of the year I want to rest, this time of the month safe, I want to rest, I want to take myself out. Yes, it is when you are in good health you can project better. That's the truth. And I'm still laying emphasis on the health and personal growth. If you don't set your time that, okay, and tailoring has a way of stylishly stealing your time. That's why you remember that, oh, you have not tacked one button when you are going out, you carry the shirt, put it inside your bag and be tacking it on the road. You have not done that.
Serious?
Oh God, I used to be like that. But a point in time came, I was like, and this is where the use of more hands comes
Okay.
in. You know, when there is division of labor, this person needs to cut patterns, this person is to make the outfits, this person is to iron, this person is for quality control. Everything works fine. Everybody knows what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then you yourself, you have time for yourself. So, and although that is more possible when the brand gets bigger.
Okay.
Yes, but for people who are just coming up, just don't overdo yourself. Don't overwork yourself. If you don't sew for this person, there are 1 million persons that will be able to sew for them. I always have that at the back of your mind. I do this, especially when I discover that my body is telling me that it's like you want to fall sick. I'm looking at you because I know you want to give me money, but I can't collect the money from you because I know if I do this, my health is at stake. I would force myself to bring this forth. So I try as much as possible not to push myself into that box again, so that I can have time for my personal growth and development. Sometimes I even decide not to open the office on Saturdays, not because I don't want to open, but because I choose not to work.
What do you do with the Saturday?
If I'm not doing something that will improve my knowledge bank,
Okay.
I am resting. So that's what I do. Or I hang out with friends.
Okay. So how does this affect your work when you are done with?
By the time I am back on Monday morning, even before I get back, like from Sunday evening itself, the way my brain will be telling me, oh, you can cut this cloth like this. Yes, I usually see the effect because it affects the speed I apply to what I do. You know, when I'm supposed to, if for instance, I got back tired.
Yeah.
And I have it in mind that I'm supposed to make at least 3 outfits for tomorrow. Let me put it that way. The only way that I can do that effectively and efficiently is if I get to rest first.
Okay. Okay.
If I get to attend to other things, and I'm saying this now because I'm yet to be married. Now let me come into the place of people who are married. Some of them have husbands to take care of.
Yeah.
Some of them have children to take care of.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, at least you have something to do. Like you need to cook, you need to eat, all of this. So if you do not try to create a structure around yourself and set a balance and set, okay, this time this is what I want to do, this time this is what you won't achieve anything. Yes.
Wow. This is really a fantastic answer. So
Yeah.
now I'm looking at a daily routine for tailors, like
All of it falls on discipline.
the medical people say sleep at least 8 hours a day.
That's not even possible with somebody that is going far in life. That's the truth.
Are you serious? Don't let them come after you for this statement. Seriously.
That's the truth. It's the truth. Even the medical people themselves, how many hours do they sleep in a day? That is the truth. Ask a good doctor. He will
Okay.
tell you how many times he sleeps in a day.
It's all right.
Except he's on leave.
It's okay. I won't argue on this.
All right.
Now, this issue too. There was one video that went viral on the internet.
Yeah.
A guy that was fighting with the tailor. And when we did a research, one of the issue was what I ordered
Versus what I got.
versus what I got. He said, see what I showed this tailor to sew for me. Now see what
The tailor made for me.
So what do you think is the cause of that, and how can it be managed?
Okay, first, I think that is an aspect of psychology
Okay.
that we need to understand.
All right.
You already saw this tailor, you know that this person might not be able to give me what I want not based on the person's look. Obviously, we have good tailors that don't look good.
Yeah.
So based on what the person has projected over time. Can this person dish out what I'm giving? But because you know that you cannot pay that good tailor, you go and give it to the person and come and be giving the person problem. You know, your conscience even told you, you know by yourself that only a good tailor can do this, and a good tailor does not come at a cheap price. So many cannot pay. Okay, now let me talk from the point of view of somebody who has projected themselves good. The person has breached an agreement and has every right to refund.
Even after you have spent money on petrol to run the thing.
If you know you cannot see, you know, I said something earlier about creative minds, that
Okay.
what your mind is creating is different from what my mind is creating.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the capacity and the enablement to be able to recreate what someone has recreated. I mean, has created.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Especially for the female gender, there are so many recreations going on that so many people are not getting well. One, lack of knowledge is causing it.
Okay.
Two, you have to work with your customers' budget. But in a situation whereby this person has paid you well, then this has to be with your own lack of knowledge. And if you don't know it, nobody will crucify you when you say, I cannot do this style. But because, you know, some people have pride and they will not want to face the reality of, see, I can't do this thing. Face it. They will not kill you. In fact, if they try, you will not die there. That's the blunt truth. What you know you can't do, don't make attempt of it.
Okay.
Yes. This clothes like this, you have calculated. In fact, as the person brought this style, your brain, you have racked your brain, you have done it, you can't seem to find an answer, and you don't think you have somebody you can run to that will be able to provide a solution. Don't take it. Especially when the the integrity of your brand is at stake. Don't take it.
But then how do the person grow? Because I have seen others too that take challenges that
Then develop yourself. Develop yourself first before spoiling people's outfits.
Oh.
Yes, that's part of what builds your confidence. If you know that they said I'm going to make 100 shirts, I can do it, and I can do it perfectly, that those shirts can enter the palace tomorrow, then you can sleep and wake up. But in a situation whereby you know that even the cough, you can't even fix a cough, talk more of. You understand what I'm saying? Don't make attempt, don't disgrace yourself, or collect the job and give it to the person that can do it.
Wow.
Under the name of your brand.
Wow.
Yes.
This, in fact, you have brought 3 valid points out from this. Number 1, you have attacked that of the customer.
Yes.
Used to do an investigation and don't
yes.
And then as the tailor,
Designer,
don't take what you cannot recreate at the moment. And if you must take it, she has advised, look for somebody
that can do
the job. Let the person do the job
under your name.
Under your name.
And you project.
One question again. This one is a very, 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 very common issue with tailors and their customers. Some days, in fact, let me use this example. My friend.
Sorry, let me drink water first.
Drink water because I know that my friend, I gave this guy a material, sew this tie for me.
All right.
That material, I felt that material, no other person, because I don't like to wear what everybody is wearing. Do you know that this guy on my wedding day, as I was dancing and dancing, guess what he was wearing?
Your material.
My material. Hey! And that material I want to use it to do Thanksgiving. He has now worn it to my wedding.
My God.
So now I know that tailors have this issue. When the customer give them material,
they keep the rest, or they take their own first.
Some will be very wonderful. Their children will have
from it.
So what do you have to say about it? Because it is an issue, and a lot of people are complaining about it. So what do you have to say about it?
Except you are running a ready-to-wear business.
Okay.
You should not take a customer's fabric, that is stealing. Yes, you're a thief. And this still has to do with integrity.
Okay.
What I do, if your fabric is remaining at least a reasonable piece, that I know that this thing you can still mix it with something else to give you another outfit.
Yeah.
Immediately you get to my office, I would show it to you. This is what your fabric is remaining. It is left for you to tell me, take it or keep it for me.
Okay.
I will bring another thing that will mix it with. And most of the time, my customers don't dash me. So if I am being lenient like that and they don't dash me, it means that if I had taken it behind their backs, believing that they don't need it, I have stolen from them. And they paid me my full money. So you are stealing. If you are doing it, please stop it. That is part of your accountability to God and to man. It is your integrity is at stake. You know, the funniest thing is that things like that, it is the day you put on the cloth you meet with the owner on the road.
I'm telling, I say this one wore my Thanksgiving material on my wedding day.
So it is not a good habit. It is not. How many? You know the funniest thing? They will keep. Okay, the one that one still even made the clothes. Me, I used to say that all the ones that they've been telling me to keep, look at it. They will tell you keep it for me. You will see them the way. Sometimes I used to, because I have a way I reach out to little girls at the end of the year who do not have clothes to wear.
Okay.
So I'll just ask them, should I use your fabric to sew for the needy? Since you have refused,
You come and claim your.
should we do it for them? Some of them will say, okay, go ahead. Some of them with pride, how will the needy be wearing what I'm wearing? So they do not allow it. But I do not steal my cost, no matter how big, no matter how small. It is stealing.
You have heard it.
Unless you are running a ready to wear. If your customer brought the fabric,
Yes.
or you yourself, how do I put it now? If your customer just brought the fabric,
Yeah.
they have every right. Let it remain one piece, like, unless they tell you trash it, and you yourself now see that okay, it's better than a trash. I can use it for this. You can keep it. But anything other than that, let your conscience guide you, please.
There is something you say that if you are doing this thing, you are a what?
Only thief.
Those of you that are involved in this matter, we brought it up because you have to change. If you are involved in this thing, you are in.
So if you love the fabric and you love it, ask the owner, please, can you give me? Ask the owner.
Swallow your pride and ask.
Ask the owner. Don't take it behind them, please, so that they can trust you.
All right, so before we wrap up this show, there is this question that somebody is asking.
Okay.
It says that in your beginning, you mentioned how you had parental support and some of the support structures you had that helped you. Now that they don't have somebody to say, okay, I'm paying for this, and they're asking, how can they go from where they are into becoming a known brand like you?
Okay, first, I'm going to approach it from the aspect of financial capacity.
Okay.
Because what if I didn't have parental guidance? What is key here is financial capacity and your resilience, and you're insisting on what you want to achieve.
Okay.
So, if you do not have financial capacity, Lagos State government, for instance, thank God for our government in that aspect, they've been able to bring forth some training programs on skill acquisitions, and you can just, check into some of these local governments and get informations about them. And then you can start from there, because most of the time those trainings go for 3 months and they don't end there. They usually, ask us to go for internship. I'm speaking based on my own experience now.
Yeah.
So if you can attain that height, at least, by the time you start going for internship and the person you work with loves you, From there, you are gaining work experience, you are learning, you are improving your horizon, you are improving your knowledge bank, you know. And at the end of the day, you can still have something to show for it. And then on the long run, when you are doing that, just try as much as possible to get a sewing machine. Even if you can't afford an industrial single needle lock stitch machine, get a sewing machine, a manual sewing machine. Yes, at least that's still very affordable. When I started out, my first sewing machine, I got it for 16,500 naira.
Wow.
And as at then, they were telling me that the price is expensive. Now, a manual sewing machine is how much? 100K plus.
Wow.
So, but
That's-
I didn't say that to discourage you, but
Okay.
and that was why I included your resilience and your insisting on what you want to achieve and how you see yourself in the future. You know, it will help you. And when you pray to God to send helpers your way, getting these things done will not be a difficult task for you. That's what I have to say.
All right, that is a very brilliant one. And let me ask this one. Let me ask this one. Somebody is saying that you have not mentioned how you used to treat your customers. So
Okay.
I want to bring it out like a question. What's your strategy for customer service,
Okay.
customer relationship that makes those that are patronizing you keep coming to your brand?
Okay, the first thing I make sure I do not change is the quality I dish out.
Okay.
The only reason my quality can change is if it is better, but it should not reduce.
Okay.
So that way they can trust that, oh, can't give her the clothes. I can sleep and wake up and my clothes is ready. I can put it on.
Okay.
So that's the only reason a change can appear. So another way I go about it is that I do not over familiarize myself with my customers.
Okay, tell us more about this.
The reason I don't do that is because somehow I feel like somebody will take somebody for granted.
Okay.
And I do not want that to happen. I want every time you step into my office, I want you to feel the same way you felt this first day you entered. And it will not be possible if I have over familiarized myself with you. I don't just send WhatsApp message in fact, I barely even check WhatsApp. So I don't just send WhatsApp messages. It's not because I can't do that, but because I'm trying to protect the relationship between the both of us. You know, I'm trying to help you and I'm trying to help my heart
Yeah.
to be able to keep loving you and to be able to, you know, honor you as somebody who is coming to also make my life better as much as I'm making you beautiful. So, you know, I think that's all I have to say.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned quality and also not over familiarizing.
Yeah, that's how I
with-
manage my customers.
Wow. Wow. Before I ask you the last question, I just want to remind our viewers.
Yeah.
The person we sponsor this show.
Yes. So
Na the Baronial Kitchen. We did for number 27
Yeah.
at Deniro Ogusoya Street for Surulere, Lagos. And the guest where I get here, in name na Elizabeth
Yes, so.
Adeshayo Ajayi. Now she be the CEO of the Purple
Purple Linen.
Linen. Now the Purple Linen. Somebody is saying, how do you update yourself with the current trends in the fashion
okay.
line?
Okay. Every time I have the opportunity,
Yeah.
I go through Instagram Reels
Okay.
a lot. Instagram Reels a lot. I do that a lot. And, you know, one thing with Instagram is that the more you search for some things, the more it begins to pop up ideas that are related to what you're searching for.
Okay.
So there are ideas that I don't even think about, but they just bring it my way, and I'm like, oh wow, I can do this like this again. And before you know it, you know, and like I said, I'm somebody that meditates on designs a lot. So it
Okay.
is easier for me when I see what someone is wearing. I can just close my eyes and like, okay, I think it was structured this way. And then when I open my eyes, the only thing I want to do is to try to apply my measurements to what I just thought about. And then it gives me a beautiful appearance.
Now, talking about Instagram, it appears that you are on social media.
Yeah, I am.
So, what would you advise fashion designers around social media?
Well, I cannot say that I've been using that tool well, but the
Okay.
truth is that those who know how to use it have been using it greatly, and it has been of immense benefit because it has helped to boost so many people and their businesses. The social media is a tool that, even if you are somebody that is shy, you can still, if you are not posting your face, you can post your product and
Yeah.
people would still appreciate you. I'm not saying that you can't have naysayers or critics online, but at least you get to project yourself without having somebody physical around you bullying you. So the social media space is good for advertisement, and you do well to pronounce yourself, to throw yourself out there, challenge yourself more on social media. By the time you post and somebody, like when I started posting on social media, my sister was always like, oh, you didn't take that picture well, you didn't do this well, you didn't. At first I was like, why is she always on my matter? You see, I just did this thing the way I can do it, and she said your leg is showing, I'll say what's your own, let's start, but on the long run, I started to learn to do it well
Okay.
and better, and I can tell you now that somehow she will not want to agree, but now I know how to take picture more than my sister.
Wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. I hope your sister is not watching and listening to what you're saying now. So, what's your social media handle?
All right, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Facebook, and you'd find me on DEE Purple and Linen, LINEN, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on TikTok, the Purple Linen.
Okay. Now, this question is on the spot.
All right.
The purple linen.
Yeah.
I am giving you 60 seconds
All
to
right.
sell your brand.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Your time
Is this
starts now.
All right. If you're looking for where and how to get something stylish and fabulous and how to stand out amongst the crowd, we are here for you. Although our niche is just for the female gender alone, we make outfits for the brides, both traditional and white wedding, civil wedding. We make outfits for occasions. We make outfits for anything. Ashebi ladies, casual wears, office wear, like what I'm putting on. I know you love it, and the likes of it. So do well to patronize us. You can check our pages, like I just mentioned, the Purple Linen on Instagram, the Purple Linen on Facebook, and the Purple Linen on TikTok. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't ask you to rate her from 1 to 10, but she did a very good job in marketing her brand. And on this note, I want to say thank you very
you
much,
too. Thank you so
Purple
much.
Linen, for honoring our invitation to come
Yeah.
for How Market. We know how busy your schedule is
Honestly.
as a fashion designer, but then you still came here and you not only honored our invitation, you gave out quality information
Thank
to
you.
other fashion designers and also customers, because sometimes you will enter the customers don't do this and don't do that.
Yeah.
Thank you very,
Thank you so
very,
much.
very
Thank
much
you.
for coming.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you. And on this note,
Yeah.
we want to say thank you for following us. You can also check out, for those of you that don't have the opportunity to stream live during this session, you can go to our YouTube channel at Broad Street Radio to watch the video over again. And if you are into the fashion business, please familiarize yourself with this video to get as much information as you need. And for now, I say, have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Over and out.